You're right, everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new save, the JourneyDan. So this was voted for by the subscribers over on Twitch and the patrons over on the Discord community. So if you would like to get involved in future save ideas and decisions, just follow the links down below. So yes, the JourneyDan, the idea is to have a European journeyman. I have loaded up most European leagues. They are showing on the screen right now. And we also decided, via poll, what kind of past experience and coaching badges my manager should have. We decided to give him, well, me, a national B license, just to be able to give us a few points into that adaptability and determination that, as far as I can remember, do not change over time. I also put some points into working with youngsters as well, but everything else is as low as it will go. And I also used the latest files available for the custom start date and realistic results to start our save as of the start of March in 2022. Now, it did take us a while to find a job, and we are starting as of the start of the 2022 season, but as a result of using that mod and those files, we've got a pretty accurate European football outcome. At the start of the stream, we also decided on a few rules to make it a little bit interesting. So Journeyman saves are really fun as it is, but I wanted something just to kind of keep me on the straight and narrow and almost have like a character to roleplay as we go. So first up, I mean, as always, in all my saves, I have the rule of no metagaming. All transfers must be found and scouted by my scouting department. I don't use Wonder Kids list. I don't use cheap bargains lists. I don't use anything like that. I always use attribute masking as well. I'm not saying that if you play that way that it's wrong. I'm just saying that's the way that I enjoy to do it. That way, when I find those little diamonds in the rough, I get that extra little bit of satisfaction. But first rule specifically for this save, I have to attend interviews for jobs at higher reputation clubs. So if I get offered a job by a higher rep club, even if I'm not feeling it, I've got to go for it. We are role-playing as a bit of a career man, mercenary kind of manager. We want to get to the top. We want to go and win things. We want to manage at the highest level. And if a big club comes in for us, we're going to go for it. And by the same token, the next rule, if we are offered two jobs, we always have to take the job that offers the most money. Like I say, mercenary, career man, we're going at the top. The next rule I really like as well. It was thought of by chat, so it's doubly good. Getting the community involved, and I think it adds to the save as well. Every time we go to a club, we're going to try and sign a player or a member of staff that is on the club's legends, icons list, favoured personnel. That way you've got that continuity with the fans, you've got the continuity with the club and the players. And yeah, it's something that you see happen a lot in real life, right? You see a lot of ex-players become coaches or working with the youth or being a part of the backroom staff. You especially see it with a lot of the big clubs in England. And I want to take that with me. I want to take that ethos, having the continuity of ex-players, ex-staff, should be important. And kind of following on from that, having a consistency, having a continuation from club to club, I want to take my assistant manager with me whenever I move. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't change my assistant manager whilst I'm at a club. If I move to a new team, I'm going to try my best to take my assistant manager with me. But those are the rules we came up with. I'm always up for adding more. If you can think of any really good ones, leave them in a comment down below. But before we jump into it, if you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. There is a massive amount of you who watch these videos who are not subscribed. But also, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Interactions really do help the fabled YouTube algorithm, so it does help the channel grow. But let's jump into it, shall we? We have arrived in the second tier of Romanian football. We are at AFC Urinea Slobozia, a team that survived the relegation playoff by the skin of their teeth. So the way that the playoffs work is pretty interesting. You play each team once, and then the league splits into three. One for a championship playoff, and then two relegation playoffs. You actually end up with 5 relegated parties. So it's quite an interesting way that the season runs. Let's see if we can actually survive it. In terms of the club structure, we've got a nice little stadium. We were founded in 2004, so we're a pretty new club. Training facilities are okay. But one of the big things is we are a professional team. So it's quite nice. We are coming into our first job with professional status. So we are able to train and coach our players properly. And that is always invaluable for getting tactical ideas over and obviously progressing players. In terms of the bank balance as well, we've got the best part of £1 million sat in the bank. And our projection is actually just to keep making money. So financially, we're actually looking really good. Where we're not looking so good though is in the playing staff. And you can tell that by all of the trial list players that I've got in. Now, I do have quite a lot of offers for a lot of these players, but in terms of players that are actually our first team players, this is it. We have a grand total of 8 first team players. We do have some under 19s who've got a bit of promise, but they're not ready to step up just yet. So a lot of those trialists are going to be joining up. And as you can see, I have offered out a lot of contracts. So that's going to flesh out our squad. We've actually got quite a decent strikers to get us started with. Vadim Gulchek. I cannot wait for you to tell me how wrong I said that, but he is a Moldovan 23-year-old striker. He's 6 foot. He's not too slow. He can dribble a bit. He can finish a bit. He's got a decent head on him. I don't hate him. He does look like General Zod from Superman. But other than that, he's a tidy little striker. But in terms of how the squad shapes up for the season and the tactic that we're going to go with, I will do an update before we kick off, or kind of just after the season started, and keep you up to date on where that's going. But what do the board want from us? Well, not a lot, to be honest. I've only got a 1-year contract. They only want me to offer 2-year deals, which is fine. At this level, I don't really want people sticking around for too long in case we progress really quickly. Want us to work in the wage budget. We are well under that. But they just want us to fight bravely against relegation. So even if we get relegated, I mean, we will lose our job because the next division doesn't exist in this database. Ending up in that relegation playoff would not be the worst thing. It doesn't guarantee us getting the sack. In terms of results in the friendlies as well, we've only played 4 games so far, but we've won 3 and drawn 1. So as things stand, it's not going too badly. We're struggling to create chances and finish them, but with the quality of players at our disposal, I kind of expect that. I need to remember to temper my expectations coming from a save where we were pretty successful in winning most games to coming into a save where it's going to be a struggle at the start. So there we go. We have landed in Romania. We are at a slightly lower level club, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a little while since I've been at a lower level club. It's very different tactically, the level of players that you can get. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if I've still got the chops. But if you would like to see how this unfolds in front of your very eyes, you know the score by now. Twitch.tv/VikingDan at 2 PM, pretty much daily. You can catch me over there. But as always, guys, if you've liked this video, if you like the idea for the save, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new around here. But that's it from me for now. I'll see you next time.